Hi everyone, this is your reading for Monday the 5th of March 2018. Let's have a look at what's coming up for you today. And I'm using the Truth Seekers Tarot. I'm going to choose 3 cards here to give you an idea of what the energy is about and what the cards want you to be aware of today. Okay, so we have the Princess of Cups, the 5 of Cups, and the 5 of Wands. Perfect. The Princess of Cups is obviously a gorgeous, fun-loving lady who is on the back of a dolphin there and who is just enjoying life. So when it comes to your feelings, you really feel very, very positive. You also feel incredibly connected with your feelings, and you really are the Princess of Cups today. So whether you're male or female, you're under the umbrella, under the guidance of the Princess of Cups, and she's someone who lives in her feelings, who makes decisions based on feelings. She doesn't look at the facts. She doesn't look at the figures. She says, this feels right for me. This is what my guidance is telling me. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to follow my heart completely. And that is the only thing that's important to me. Now, following your heart is a great idea, but often you know, and I know that in certain situations, you also have to use your head. If you, for instance, have a feeling about another person and your heart is telling you one thing, and you create this whole illusion and expectation and fantasy around this other person, and you just listen to your heart and you don't look out for the signals of the real world, then you're setting yourself up for a disaster. Because yes, it's fine to follow your heart and feelings, but you've also got to reality check that a little bit. You've got to get in touch with, you know, who is this person that I have feelings about, or what is it that I'm actually signing up for? I mean, it looks great, it feels great, but is it actually, am I signing my life away here by doing this? Okay, so it's good that you're totally in your feelings and that you feel positive and that the world is your oyster and that anything can happen. But the Princess of Cups is not the Queen of Cups, okay? So she's not mastered the ability to manage her own emotions and to really have insight into everything. So you got to be careful that you don't gallop off into some sort of situation that you then regret later on. The next card is the 5 of Cups. And the 5 of Cups, like most of the 5s, is about perspective. And usually it's someone who is cloaked and who's got 3 cups that are spilled and 2 cups which are standing behind him. And it's grief. It's about really looking at the situation in terms of, this is what I've lost, and forgetting all of the good things that you still have in your life. In this deck, it's different. The 5 cups are piled on top of each other, and the perspective is not about what I've lost. It's, I have a beautiful home, I have wonderful, I'm rich in terms of my feelings emotionally, I can dream. These little sailboats are your dreams taking sail, floating off into the universe, manifesting reality, and the light of truth is kind of shining on your feelings. So yes, the Princess of Cups does make the occasional mistake, but when it comes to your emotional outlook, that is extremely, extremely positive, and even excessively positive to a certain extent, because that card is about, usually it's about being overly grief-stricken and saying, oh, poor me, you know, the things aren't fair, I never get what I want, and look at all of these things I've lost. And you forget about the 2 cups which are still there, which say, well, you still have a house to live in and you still got shoes on your feet, so don't be too upset. In this case, it's like, everything is fabulous, everything is wonderful, I've not lost anything, nothing is wrong, everything is perfect, and, you know, that's the other extreme. So it's about finding a little bit of balance here in terms of your feelings and not letting your emotions run away with you today. That's really what I'm getting, that you're kind of in a fantasy world here a little bit. I mean, she even looks like a fairy princess, really. You know, she's in the clouds, head in the clouds, literally. She's riding, it's not a dolphin, is it? It's a beluga kind of thing. And she's having a great time, but I don't know, you know, there's something not quite right. I mean, I can just see Ursula the Sea Witch kind of rubbing her hands together saying, I'm going to get her in a second. So don't be naive, don't be overly trusting, don't be overly if someone makes you an offer, or if you see someone, don't imagine your wedding immediately 5 minutes after meeting, you know, walking down the aisle and imagining your children. Or even if you're walking down the road, which I've done, and you walk past someone and it's the most beautiful person you've seen. And then you walk towards them, and like by the time you're crossing paths, you've created this whole life that you've had together, and the dogs that you've had and the trips you've gone on. And then by the time you walk past each other, you're like, oh my God, I just lost the best relationship of my life. And the whole thing happens in like 2 seconds, and it's all in your head, and the whole thing is a fantasy. So watch out for that, because we've got the 5 of Wands, and the 5 of Wands is trivial conflict between people. It's really spiky little conflict. So if you come into a situation and you're totally nebulous and you're vague and you're like, oh yeah, everything's going to be great, and you're not really interested in the details, and you're focused too much on your own little dream world and fantasy land, then that's going to irritate other people, and they're going to say, well, what's this person doing? They're supposed to be here at work, present, you know, concentrated and focused on what they're doing, and they seem to be daydreaming and focusing on other things like the next holiday that they're taking, or their relationships, or they're using the phone time when they're supposed to be in the office talking to their girlfriend or boyfriend. That's not going to go down well, and that's going to cause trivial conflict. And what's also interesting is that the 5 of Wands is about fire and expressing yourself and not letting yourself be stepped on. So if you do something wrong today, like if you are a little bit, you know, daydreamish or something like that, and someone calls you up on it, your instant reaction isn't going to be, oh, I'm so sorry, I wasn't paying attention, I'll pay attention now, I'll get back to work and do what I'm supposed to. You're going to say, how dare you speak to me that way? I wasn't doing anything wrong, and you're being really trivial, and you're picking on me, and you're not going to back down. So there's a little bit of lack of reality here with a little bit of aggression mixed in, and that's not a good combo. It's the kind of combo where you're like, I deserve everything, and if I don't get it, then I'm going to be angry about it as well. So watch out for that if you're comparing yourself to other people emotionally today. If you feel wonderful and then something happens which kind of proves to you in reality that not everything is wonderful, that's going to feel like a major slap in the face, and you'll be like, what just happened? And then you can react negatively. So it's about balance, okay? Don't go into the day totally like a space cadet thinking everything is just fabulous, and then get totally furious if things don't go your way. Ground yourself in the morning. Do something that has to do with reality. You know, like make the kids a sandwich. That's going to bring you back to reality. Or, you know, focus on tying your shoelaces. You know, the actual process of doing something as simple and grounded as tying your shoelaces. Or walk barefoot in nature if you're in the southern hemisphere, if it's nice where you are or something. If I did it here, my toes would freeze. Anything that's going to really bring you down to reality. Meditate, do yoga, whatever it is that connects you with the here and now. Because if you go into the day zoned out and daydreamish, then you're going to run into problems. And the problem is that, like I said, you're not going to back down, and you're not going to see your part in it. And you're not going to see that you brought this kind of on yourself. And instead, you're going to react and attack that person back and be aggressive in return and say, how dare you? And the whole thing is going to blow up, and it's something super trivial that doesn't need to be an issue, and there's the potential for really meaningless, pointless drama today. And you can avoid that really easily. Court card is 1, and we've got 10, so that's 11. 11 is the master number of service. So water is about the intuition, it's about spirituality, and it's about creativity. So use this creative, dreamlike energy to be of service to other people in one of those ways. Get creative, start working on your new art or your writing. Be of service to people by healing them through Reiki, or doing your nursing job, or working as a therapist, or as a pranic healer. Maybe start doing readings and tap into your intuition that way, or meditate and connect spiritually and be of service to other people that way. And use all of this emotional energy not to go off into some sort of fantasy world, but use it to tune into the unmanifest, get messages back, and try and use that information to help other people. And don't make the day all about you. Try and make it about other people. That's the easiest way to avoid the conflict and communicate things that you feel are valuable to others. And that's the best way to have a great day yourself. So you've got to put other people first a little bit if you want to have a good day yourself. If you make yourself the princess who's entitled to sit on her dolphin floating around, then other people are going to tread on your toes and say, well, okay, princess, let's just put you to work, okay? If you put other people first, then you'll have a great day. You'll be able to contribute something wonderful, and they'll react similarly, and they will produce something positive and give that back to you. So it's about being of service today and not kind of going into entitlement mode, which no one likes. People can smell that from a mile away, whether they're intuitive or not. So I hope you have a great day. On the plus side, I mean, you know, making it very simple, you feel great about yourself today. So use that in a productive, helpful way rather than being selfish about it. And that's the easiest way to avoid problems and trouble. So I hope you have a wonderful start to the week. If you'd like a private reading with me, then please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab to audio reading. Please remember to subscribe to this YouTube channel, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.